Hi everyone! September is my birth month and I turned 25 last September 11. So I have officially closed chapter 24 of my life. So I learned a lot of life lessons and I'd like to share the top 7 lessons that I learned with you. Here are the top 7 things I learned at 24. The first one is taking imperfect action is much better than taking no action at all. So I am a recovering over perfectionist. So taking imperfect action through my content creation process and everyday life breaks down the over perfectionism in me. So I'm truly happy about it. It is uncomfortable at most times, but I always remind myself of the phrase progress over perfection. The next one is life is meant to be shared and celebrated with other people. When I was young, I feared people knowing what was happening in my life. So I considered myself a very private person and I feared that maybe they're gonna use the info against me. But I realized in my 20s that there are a lot of good people around me who support what I do. I'm fortunate that the people around me make me feel safe. So I think life is meant to be shared and celebrated with other people because no man is an island. Since I started sharing my life with you guys, many doors have opened and I've gotten to know so many new people and I'm truly grateful for it. The next one is self acceptance is the key to self love. Growing up, I noticed that I was pretty different from the kids surrounding me. Then I tend to try and imitate other kids just to fit in. I was always the odd man out. But then I realized I was just in the wrong crowd. Because when I met my friends in Cebu, I felt belongingness and connection, which led me to finally accept who I am. And that's when my self love started. Sometimes, when you feel like we don't belong, maybe we're just in the wrong crowd. This year, I also learned to accept myself more. So it starts with acceptance. This year, I finally accepted that I get sick when I'm stressed and restless, and I don't beat myself up anymore because of it. Because in my early 20s, when I get sick, I hate myself for it, which interferes with my recovery. The next one is feedback is better than no feedback at all. So back in art school, I love getting feedback on my work. My mentors helped me to see what could be improved in my work. But for some reason, when I started our Airbnb business, maybe because it was deeply personal, I became super sensitive when getting negative feedback. There were days when I felt paralyzed and depressed because of it. I'm so glad I have friends that reminded me that getting feedback is having an opportunity to grow. It was not easy adjusting to this mindset because I was always so emotional about it, but it is definitely worth it, and I really feel like I'm getting there. The next one is we must take care of ourselves to take care of other people. I remember last year, a few weeks before I turned 24, I experienced painful breast abscess. I was bedridden for almost a month because it was excruciating. It felt as if knives were stabbing my breast from all directions. I'm not so sure about the cause of it, but what I know is that maybe stress contributed to it. I was not taking care of myself properly, which was a fact that was hard to accept. After I healed from it, I strive to take care of myself more by journaling, trusting my intuition more, and not being so overcritical of myself. I hope and pray it doesn't come back anymore because I learned that taking care of myself enabled me to take care for people around me and our business. Next one is rest is productive and it should be part of our routine. I was always restless, borderline burnt out, and anxious about the future in my 24th. I feel like it is what causes me to get real sick this past year, and I think I overcame more than 4 health challenges this year. Wait, let me check. I had 2 breast abscesses, 2 dermal breast cysts, 1 day surgery, COVID, 1 gastritis, 1 panic attack, PCOS, and 2 months of obesity. OMG, it really is a lot. I remember physically resting during those days, but my mind is overthinking. And I think that really compromised my health. After getting all of those, I truly learned that rest is productive and it should be part of my routine. Don't wait to endure all of these things to know the impact of rest in our lives. I always tell my workaholic self to rest. Get 8 hours of sleep every night and say yes to yourself and say no to things keeping you up at night, like shows, drama, social media, etc. The last is investing in yourself is the best investment you can make before investing on anything else. In the year 24 in my life, I can say that I truly invested in myself and what I want in my life. This past year, I focused on growth. So I invested in getting a new camera and gear to finally vlog and share my life with you guys. I also used it to take photos of our Airbnbs and much more. I also had my first HMO and smartwatch because, as I said in my previous lesson, I get sick a lot. So what I did is that I got myself an HMO with MaxiCare. And if you're in the Philippines, you know that healthcare doesn't come cheap in our country. And it super helped me a lot. I got so many doctor appointments and consultations this year. Their app, Doctor Anywhere, where you can consult with doctors wherever you are through an app, I can say that I really used it a lot. I even got rushed to the emergency room and had minor surgery this year. And guys, I didn't pay extra for it. So if you're in a capacity where you can get your HMO going, go for it. I also invested in getting myself a smartwatch that has a feature where it tracks your stress level and sleep duration. It's the Amazfit watch, so it's cheaper than the other mainstream brands, but it is definitely worth it. I noticed that most mainstream brands don't have a feature where you can track your stress levels throughout the day. It works because when I had severe gastritis pain, the stress level got so high on the watch. So through the watch, I get to really track my stress level and it aids in my stress management. I also invested in other people by outsourcing. So this year, I had people around me who helped me complete my task. As you know, handling an Airbnb business is no joke. So I hired help from all areas of my life this year, from health to business. So if you're in the capacity to do so, please do it. It helped me focus on important matters in our business and it gave me a bigger headspace in my head for growth. So do it for yourself. So you don't have to carry all the challenges on your own. And as I said, Life is meant to be shared with other people, and no man is an island. That's it, guys. If you've come this far in this video, I want to ask which lesson resonated with you the most. Let me know in the comments. Yes, hit like if you learned something from this video, and remember to subscribe. With all my heart, thank you so much for watching this video, and see you on the next one.